Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I want everyone to open their videos. Shravanand, Adeep, Hard, Fatima, Radhakrishnan, Ananya, Ishan, Aditya Saxena, Anudeep. Then next four are, yes, everybody open your videos. Very good, Adeep. Yes, Fatima. Shravanand, Radhakrishnan, Pranav. Very good, very good. Yes, Hard Bhavin, your camera is, I think, not working. Yeah. Okay. Is the webcam not available? Yeah, it's working now. Okay. Somebody count the number of students must be 11 and let me know. When I count, it's like 3, 3, 6, 3, 9, and 4, 10, 1, 11, including me, 12. So, the students of second batch who have already enrolled, raise your hand. You have to click the raise hand option. Do you know where is the raise hand option? I want to click. Yes, Ananya, Pranav. Okay, 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 fine. So I guess now all second batch students are there. Now first batch, Ishan, Anudeep, and Arihant. Can you raise hands? Yes. Okay. So fine. Good evening, students. Now I would like to say that I'm Sapna Jha and I'm the founder of Habjan Educational Services. I have an experience of about 14 years into the education system, right? So now I want an introduction from each one of you. I will start with Adeep. Adeep, open your audio and tell something about yourself.
Ma'am, my name is Adib. I have just completed my class 12 and I want to prepare for BITSAT for 2021 and 2022 in case.
Okay. Next, Pravanan. Yes, Pravanan, can you say something about yourself? Your mic is on mute.
Ma'am,
Yes, now it's audible.
hi ma'am, my name is Saranan. I finished my 12th and I'm preparing for my exam.
Okay, so you're appearing it for the first time? Shravanand, are you appearing the BitSat for the first time this year?
Yes ma'am.
Okay. Hard Bhavin, your voice is not coming. I guess the headphone is not connected properly. Just reconnect your headphone. Meanwhile, okay, Fatima, you can start. The voice is not coming up. Can you increase your volume? Anybody can hear her, or is just me not able to hear?
Ma'am, we can't hear.
Is she audible?
No.
No. Okay, both of you just try to reconnect your headphones. Aditya.
Yes. My name is Aditya and I am also preparing for BITSAT 2020.
Okay. You're also appearing the first time, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Ananya.
Hi, my name is Ananya, and I've just completed my class 12, and I am appearing for BITSAT. This is my first time.
Okay. Pranav. Oh, Pranav, I guess you have said earlier. The first
No,
one was
ma'am.
Atif.
No,
Okay,
ma'am. No.
Pranav. Yeah. Okay,
Good
start.
morning, ma'am. My name
Yeah.
is Pranav, and I've just finished my 12th, and this is my first time appearing for BitChat.
Okay. By the way, it is good evening now. Don't
Oh,
get
sorry, ma'am.
nervous. Yeah. That feel stress free. Okay. Okay. Now Radhakrishnan.
I'm Radha Krishna. I've just completed my 12th and appearing for bid first time.
Okay. Arihant, I know already about you. Just a small introduction to your friends.
Good evening, ma'am. My name is Aryant. I just completed my 12th standard this year. Now I'm appearing for BitSat.
Okay. Anudeep. Anudeep, can you hear me? Can you just open your audio and video?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
My name is Anudeep, and I have completed 12th this year, and I'm appearing for BitSat. This is my first time.
Right. Next, Ankita Sharma.
Hello, my name is Ankita and I have completed my class 12 this year and I am also a BitSat aspirant for the first time.
Okay. Can you also open the video so that I can see who is Ankita?
Okay, wait a minute.
Yes. Somebody is replying to me something. Let me just check it. Okay, Ishan mic is not working and Fatima is okay. Okay, but Fatima, could you just check your audio system is working or not? Because tomorrow in the live class also you will require it. Okay. And now next is Sumit. Sumit Mishra.
Hello,
Yes, Sumit.
good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, my name is Amit
Yes.
Mishra, and this is
Okay.
going to be my first attempt for BitSet.
Right. Are you already enrolled to the second batch?
No, ma'am, actually, I inquired you about that
Yeah.
batch, and
Right, right.
there were less students, and the batch was not started.
Okay, I got to remember that now. So if you want to join, you can let me know after the session, right? Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
Vachna. Yeah, Vachna.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, everybody. I'm Vachana and I've just finished my class 12. I am preparing for BitSat for the first time.
Right. Can I also have your video open?
I don't have a very stable connection today, but if it works, then
Okay.
here, this is me.
Okay. And from tomorrow, you need to have, because live interactive session needs a video. Yeah, it's fine now. Anybody left? Let me know. I guess I have called all the names. Anybody just raise your hand. I think everybody is done about the introduction. Okay. So now, how many of you want to qualify BitSat? Just raise your hand like this. How many of you want to qualify BitSat? Only 2 students want to qualify BitSat. Okay, Radhakrishna, you don't want to qualify BitSat? Okay, Ananya, how many of you want to qualify BitSat? Great, everybody wants to qualify BitSat, right? And how many of you think you can absolutely qualify BitSat? Oh my God, everybody thinks they cannot do it. You all are so low in your confidence. So you already think about yourself that you are not yet prepared, not a single thing you know about BitSat. Or it's just like you don't want to tell me, okay, ma'am, I am going to do it. Nobody is going to crack it.
Hello,
Yes.
ma'am. Actually, I am giving mock test consistently in
Okay.
interval of 3 days, and ma'am, my
Right.
score is maximum it goes 180. So that's the problem.
Hmm. Okay, that's why you're not getting confident about yourself that you're going to crack
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
Okay. Anybody else? What are the problems you're facing? Why are you feeling like that you're not going to do it? Aditya, can you tell me why are you feeling like you can't do it?
Actually, I was not preparing for BitSat for a long time.
Hmm.
I recently started my preparations like a week ago.
Okay. But I guess, physics, chemistry, maths, these are the basic subjects in all the exams, whatever engineering exams you are appearing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So just English and logical reasoning is something that is making you scared about with BitSat?
No, ma'am, physics.
No, ma'am, not at all.
Okay. So, okay, now Adip, why are you feeling like you can't crack it?
Actually, I haven't prepared for that. I was ready for
Okay,
the
just
boards.
you feel like that. Okay,
Yeah.
you're not prepared yet. And Vachna, why do you feel like you can't crack it?
I don't think I have the time management skills for it. You have to finish a lot of questions in a short time, right? So that's where the difficult part is.
Right. And Pranav, why do you feel? I think you have answered me, right?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so why do you feel you can't crack the exam?
Ma'am, firstly, I don't know the pattern of the exam, and secondly, there's negative marking. So that's the main thing
Okay,
for me.
so you haven't appeared any of the negative marking exam?
Ma'am, I have, but the marks were not as I expected. So
Okay. Fatima, why do you think you can't crack BitSat? Okay, I think some audio problem is there with you. Just get it corrected by tomorrow. Okay. Yes, Ishan, your video is coming up, but your audio is not working. Just try to unmute yourself, Ishan. Okay, your voice is not coming up. Okay, okay. So anybody else who feel like something to share with me, where you feel why you can't crack it? Hard, Bhavin? Anudeep? You can just do not hide with me. If you keep on hiding about your situation, how will I be able to groom you that these are the things you are required to reach to your goal? I guess some audio issues with them. That's why not answering up. Fine. Let me share my screen and share something with you. Is my screen visible to all? Anybody
Yeah,
can
ma'am.
unmute and say yes. Okay, fine. So now you are all going to appear the BitSat 2021 exam that is going to be probably July end or August first week or something, maybe get postponed to August end or September something, right? So still you have something around 1.5 months which you can utilize so efficiently that you reach your goal. You all are sitting on a boat where all are having the same goal to crack BitSat and reach BITS Pilani, right? So BitSat Crash Course is that boat where you all are sitting and now you are towards the last mile of your journey that will make you reach towards BITS Pilani. Always remember, success is never ending and failure is never final. What does this mean? Can anybody just tell me if you have ever heard of this? Like success is never ending and failure is never final. What does this mean? Anybody, just unmute and say. Fatima's voice is not coming. Anybody else? Okay, that means nobody ever heard this one. Like success is never ending and failure is never final. Let me explain. When you are practicing for something, when you have a goal in your mind, even if you fail n number of times, there is no final thing for a failure to get over. Success is something you want. So you keep on practicing, you keep on working hard for it. And when you reach the goal, still in the next step, you might get fallen. So success is never ending. And again, you have to, awaken yourself and go to the second step of again achieving the success. Okay. Okay. So as I just asked you all, how many of you want to crack BitSat? And I think all of you are on the same situation that you're not going to crack it. But actually, BitSat is not tough because nothing is impossible. You just be aware of the things. What is BitSat? BitSat is an entrance exam. It's an online exam. When you qualify that and you reach BITS Pilani, you have other exams also. And when you have already appeared some of the exams, you know how to appear online exam, right? But why do you feel BitSat is tough? If the concepts are clear, if you know how to manage the time skills, if you know how to solve the question, I guess you're going to crack it. You should always feel confident. I have to reach it. I have to reach BITS Pilani. Nothing can stop me to reach BITS Pilani. So you just feel, even if it is BitSat, it's tough. I will reach BITS Pilani because I have to. I want to be something in my life. So I want to reach and I will reach. I will definitely reach BitSat, right? When you are thinking about the goal to reach BITS Pilani, these are the steps that you must be knowing about. The two things are required when it comes to BitSat exam. The first is clarity of concepts and second is time management. JEE main exam is all about concepts more than just the time management. It just consists of 50 questions that could be done in 75 minutes, right? But when it comes to BitSat, it consists of 150 questions and you have to complete in 150 minutes. So just a second, I'll just stop sharing a screen for a fraction of a second and I'll ask something. Just a second. Stop sharing screen. Just a second. Okay, so Aditya, can you tell me how many minutes or how many seconds you put on a question to solve when you are practicing?
On an average, it's 5.
5 minutes for on one question. Okay, and Vachna, how many minutes do you give solving one question?
On average, during an exam, I would say 1 to 2 minutes maximum. If it's difficult, then 4 to 5 minutes.
Right. So if you are giving 4 minutes to a question and you have just 180 minutes to complete your 150 questions, right? So that means if you have 150 questions, you are giving 4 minutes to a question. That means you need 600 minutes. And who can tell me how much is 600 minutes in hours? Anybody? How much is 600 minutes in hours? This is just class 6 or 7th question, standard question. How much is 600 minutes into hours? 10 hours, right?
3.3.
You have to 3.3. 3.3. How did you calculate 3.3? You know how many minutes are there in 1 hour? Amit?
Sorry, ma'am. 3.3 times of 180-minute paper.
Yeah, this is the situation of you right now where you are already nervous about a question and the question was so simple, it was just apply the basic unitary method that 60 minutes means 1 hour. So 600 minutes means 10 hours, right? So BitSat is basically only applying the formulas and basic questions are only there. Just be stress free. Do not be nervous during the exam and you are all going to crack it. More than you, I'm confident because still you have time. You can do it. If you determine yourself, I have to do it, you can do it in a day, right? So what I wanted to say is if you're putting 4 minutes to a question to solve in the exam, that means you need 10 hours to complete BitSat. That means you need at least 3 hours per day, something for completing just 3 hours paper. And the world is so competitive that students are already knowing how to attempt the question fastly with so many shortcuts, how to solve a question, what is a formula to be used, then you all will get behind, right? But you have to not get behind, you have to reach that place where you want to be. So you have to start managing your time. Now I have to come back to my slide, just a second. Okay, so first thing is clarity of concepts. Second thing is time management. These two are the only factor required to qualify BITSAT. Accuracy means clarity of concept, because if you know what concept is required here, and as soon you just view the question, you are able to recall whatever you have learned about the concept, you'll mark the answer right now. So accuracy will come when you know the concept, and speed will come when you have done a lot of practice. Okay, so accuracy with speed is a master stroke for BITSAT. The one who can do this can do anything in any exam. Okay. Now, how to clear concepts faster? Because parents must be telling, your teachers must be telling, I'm also telling, that you have to clear your concepts faster, so that when you just see a question, even if reading half of the question, you know what to mark in the answer. That is called the clarity of concepts. Like if I'm asking, who can tell me, is Na plus is an electrophile or a nucleophile? Let me just come to the video screen. Who can tell me, is Na plus is an electrophile or a nucleophile? I'm not giving any options, just yes or no. Is it an electrophile or is it a nucleophile? Na plus. Yes, Amit.
Electrophile.
Can you give the reason?
Ma'am, because it likes an electron, it has a positive charge, so it will attract a negative charge.
Okay. Anybody else who thinks he is right? Okay, Fatima says he's right, and others think that he is wrong, or others are just neutral and they don't know Na plus is electrophile or nucleophile. First of all, can anybody say what is electrophile and what is a nucleophile apart from Amit? I had asked, about stronger subject and weaker subject. Who was having the chemistry as the stronger subject? Nobody is having chemistry as the stronger subject. Okay, so I guess all are mathematicians and physicians here. Nobody is good in chemistry. Okay, fine. Amit, can you tell me what is an electrophile? Amit, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, let me know what is an electrophile and what is a nucleophile.
Ma'am, electrophiles means a species which loves electron, means wants to accept electron.
Okay, and what about nucleophile?
Ma'am, it's just the opposite of it.
Telling a definition like that would not be sufficient. You have to explain it like the nucleophile are the nucleus loving species.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct? Okay, fine. So yes, Na plus is an what? Yes,
It's
everybody
an
tell me.
electrophile.
Yes.
Electrophile.
Na plus is an electrophile.
Anybody having any doubt on this question after the session, after the mock test exam, just go and Google or just study about this, about electrophile, about nucleophile, and whether Na plus is an electrophile or not, and let me know on the Teams group. Okay? Will you do? Will you learn about something about electrophile, nucleophile, and Na plus? I guess nobody is interested to study chemistry.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, only Amit is telling me. Vachna is telling me yes. Aditya? Not interested in chemistry?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. And Ishan, just say yes or no. Ishan, can you hear me? Yes. Okay, I'll wait from everybody. I have 11 students here, and apart from that, who would be enrolling to the course. After enrollment, I want the answer about Na plus being electrophile or nucleophile, whether Amit is correct or not, and what are these species. Okay. Now let me get back to the slide. And the second factor which I said was the time management. And among you all, Vachna is the student who knows that she's lacking in the time management. But I think all of you are lacking in the time management skill, because when you are practicing, you are giving so much of time to solve a question. But when you are attempting the exam, I know this will create nervousness in you, and you're going to give maybe 10 minutes to a question because you are in a hurry to just complete the question paper, and you feel like I have to score the best, so I just keep on doing it. So what happens then? You just get stuck up in a question, just trying to get the perfect answer. You keep on giving maybe 10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes to a question, then you feel okay, I can't do it. Okay, but remember that time and tide is not going to wait for anybody. You can see it was 4 p.m. scheduled for the meeting, and now it's 4:33. So time never waits, it will go. And same thing happens for the exam also. If you have to give just 40 seconds to a question, that means you should give only 40 seconds to a question. And this comes from the practice. And practice comes from where? Your earnest efforts, right? Now, yeah, I'm going to tell you something how you're going to clarify your concepts in a faster way. Okay, so when you see some content to read, or when you are doing revision, what do? Do you try to memorize everything? I would say never ever do this. Okay, and when I say the number 24, how many of you think what is this? Just a second, let me come to the video. I'm just saying a number 24. What is that comes into your mind for the first attempt? Anybody, or I must say everybody, tell me.
One day.
One day. Okay, anybody else? Aditya, what comes to your mind in when I say 24?
Even number.
Even number. Okay. Pranav?
Ma'am, a day. 24
Okay.
hours a day.
Okay. Stravanan, what comes into your mind when I say 24?
Non-prime number.
Prime number.
Not a prime number.
Not prime number. Okay. Fatima can't say anything. You can just write on the chat, and Ishan also can just write on the chat what he thinks when I say 24. Vachna, what do you think when I say 24?
The number of hours in a day.
Okay. And Ananya, what do you think when I say 24?
Even number.
Even number. So I got two even numbers, one non-prime numbers, and I guess four 24 hours in a day. And Arihant, Anudeep, Ankita, Adeep. Yes, Arihant, what do you think when I say 24?
Ma'am, I think 24 months, 2 years.
24 months. Okay,
Yes,
okay. Anudeep? Anudeep, are you there? Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Anudeep, what do you think? 20 when I say 24?
I think 24 hours a day. A day.
Okay. Ankita Sharma, can you also say something? What do you think when I say 24?
24 hours a day.
Okay. Adeep, have you said something, or should I wait for you?
Ma'am, I have said 24
Okay.
minutes.
Yeah, I think this
One
voice
day.
I heard for the first time, right? Okay, guys. So yes, it is 24 hours in a day. For that, I'm talking about. It's not about being an even number. It's not about being a non-prime. It's just about the number 24 hours in a day. Okay, so that's the number of hours in a day, right? So all the numbers seem sizable at the first glance, like he just felt like it's a non-prime number, it's an even number, but actually it's something 24 hours a day. And for everybody in this universe, it's 24 hours in a day, right? And everybody has to finish whatever they have plans to do in a day. And for a student, they have to complete multiple things every day: tests, projects, assignments, extracurricular activities, family, social time, and some leisure time where you see some Netflix movie, when you play with your friends and all, right? So still you have the 24 hours in a day in which you have to do the things. So when you all are hard pressed for the time, wouldn't be nice to do something smarter? Or you would be doing still something harder. Okay, I'm going to stay for 10 hours in a day, and I think if I learn 10 hours in a day, I'm going to crack BitSat. How many of you think like that? That I'm going to put 10 hours in a day and I'm going to just crack it. Say yes or no by unmuting your
Yes, ma'am,
mic.
I think.
Okay, you
Yes,
think
ma'am, I
like
think.
if you give 24 hours in a day, 10 hours in a day, complete study, and you're going to crack it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. But actually, you can't do it because you have to work smartly. If you're continuously working for 10 hours in a day, just studying, nothing is going to get into your brain because your brain is not a machine, it's an organ system. It's an organ of the body. It has to work properly. It needs rest, it needs leisure, it needs new ideas to come up, right? So, and if you're just thinking, I have to score 500 out of 500, and I'm just going to study, every day. I'm not going to sleep even. I'm just going to study because my parents are telling me to study. My teachers are telling me to study. So I'm just going to, study. But I'm telling you, all study and no play is again going to lose you for the exam. Because play is necessary. You have to play to again refresh yourself and start study again. Okay, so when I say, when I ask you, like, what are the stronger subject and the topics, and what are the weaker topics and subjects, or what I must say, what are the difficult topics, then how do you define something to be difficult? Can anybody explain me how do you say something is difficult?
Ma'am, first of all, something which doesn't interest us feels difficult.
Okay, something not
And
interesting.
something of what we don't have knowledge.
Okay, something you don't have knowledge. Okay, anybody else? What do you think? How do you define it to be a difficult topic or difficult question or difficult, subject? How do you say? When I asked you what are the different, difficult, stronger and weaker subjects, how do you say it's a weak for me and I'm very good in maths and physics? I just heard from 2 or 3 voices. I just want others also to interact with me. Aditya, how do you say something is difficult?
When I am unable to solve the problems from from a certain topic, I consider that topic as difficult for me.
Okay, so everybody is going to have some, good number of reasons why they feel certain topics become difficult to somebody and not to everybody. Okay, you sometimes have feel like, okay, Amit is feeling organic chemistry is tough, so really it might be tough, but actually it might be very easy for you. Because if I say my subject has been chemistry, and chemistry subject is something, you can say it was my first love. Sleeping, thinking about chemistry, working every time thinking about chemistry reactions. When I see a glass filled of water, I don't see the water in it, I see something different because I just feel the chemistry behind it. Okay, so it is easy for me but not for you because every person is unique, right? And it shouldn't happen like something is hard for somebody, so it must be hard for me also. You should never feel like that, because I feel maths is tough and Ishan feels maths is strong because Ishan said his strongest subject is maths, and I guess most of you were having the maths as the very good subject. but I feel maths is very tough for me. I just don't remember how to calculate determinants, how to calculate the matrices, how did I do the calculus, how did I do the differentiation? I don't remember, right? You must be remembering. You have to remember actually how to do it. So, yeah. So when you are studying some concept, you must create some mind maps. Okay, now let me ask about the organic reactions. Why I'm asking about organic reactions? Because most of you feel tough about it. How do you study organic reactions? You just mug it up? How do you study it? Anybody can tell me when you open haloalkanes and haloarenes, then what do? Start reading up the properties, start reading up the reactions they do. What do you do? Yes, watch now. What do you do when you open haloalkanes and haloalkenes?
I I I have to memorize to a certain extent, and then after that, the mechanism is similar for a lot of other like reactions also, right? So that's when you get it together. It's not logic, but to a certain extent, you have to memorize it. After that, you can apply the similar concept for other reactions also.
Okay, so you have a way of memorizing the things, even if if you do not memorize and you just make mind maps. Okay, haloalkanes means something like this. That compound, that carbon compound having halogen as the element with the carbon and hydrogen. Now, how haloalkanes are going to react? What are the Fiedel-Crafts alkylation reactions, and all those reactions you can make a mind map. Now, how to make a mind map? Whenever you study chemistry, maybe maths, maybe physics, even logical reasoning also, you can just keep a paper with you, jot down the points, the main points, and keep on looking that paper, n number of times in a day. When you're doing breakfast, have a look in that. Because if you want to memorize, then also you need concept how to memorize, and these mind maps is going to help you, because if you memorize the reactions and when you are attempting a question that is very new and different from your learned things, you're going to make it wrong. That's why I just make mind maps for every chapter. And I think till now 11th and class, at least once you must have gone to the topics, right? Everybody must have learned 11th and 12th chemistry, physics, maths. So now if you're doing it, even if it's just the second time, you know something, what was important, what was not, and you can just write the important things there and create a mind map for that, and always keep on looking to the paper. You can write on the paper, and if you have a study table, just keep in front of you those papers and keep on seeing those things. How many of you remember the 20 elements of the periodic table? Everybody? Just raise your hand. 20 elements of periodic table. Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron. Who can tell me till 20? Yes, Aditya, tell me till 20.
I know till 10.
You know till 10. Okay, nobody knows till 20 elements of the periodic table. Arihan?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me know the 20 elements of periodic table.
Okay. Hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium, and potassium.
Okay, very good. So why am I asking this question is how much is your recalling power? You have been learning the elements, I think, from class 8 you started chemistry, or 9 something, and this is the situation where you are not knowing about the 20 elements of periodic table, because you have not been practicing it. You have not made mind maps. You have not been, when you read something, just close it, recall what I have learned. So when you do it, every time when you are learning, you will get to know what I learned, and you will be having the things on the fingertips. Okay, yeah. So next was making the flashcards in different colors. just as I said for the organic chemistry, in the inorganic chemistry, you have so many properties to learn. What you can do, you can create different colored flashcards. You might think, okay, this is very time consuming, but you know that once you create that flashcard, okay, these are the properties of nitrogen dioxide, these are the properties of potassium ferrocyanide, and you write it, and the more number of time you see it, you're going to memorize it, because these are the things you need to memorize. Okay, so there you need flashcards. Don't feel it is time consuming, because once you do it, you will remember it forever. Okay, just a second. Yeah, now the next thing what I wanted to tell is about learning the same topic using different material. So when you are learning, calculus, when you are learning kinematics and physics, maybe from one book or from one practice question book, you're not able to understand about the topic, what it is saying. You're not able to understand the questions, how to solve it. Then you should refer different books also. So I think everybody must be having at least 2-3 books in physics, 2-3 books in chemistry, solving questions, learning theories and concepts. So always try to look out different materials to understand just the same topic. So next thing is read through the heading, subheading, and illustrations. This comes when you are reading something very first time. Just take a moment to visualize the chapter and reflect the broad purpose of the topic. Like just I said, haloalkanes and haloarenes. Nobody is going to ask you in the exam, write the properties of haloalkanes. In the BITSAT exam, nobody is going to ask. So you know that there are going to be multiple choice questions, and they are only questions based on the reactions. How haloalkanes react, what does it form when it reacts with water, what does it form when it reacts with alcohol. So these are the things which you can just visualize in your brain when you are revising the chapter. Next is applying the Pareto principle, that is 80/20 rule. Okay, I also want to know, anybody know something about 80/20 rule when you are learning with concepts? What comes in mind if I say you to guess about the 80/20 rule? Just guess it and tell me. Anybody?
Study for 80 minutes and revise for 20 minutes.
No, actually, when you see a chapter, when you are learning or revising something, try to find out 20% of the things that is going to benefit you 80% in the exam. If you figure out 80% of the content that is just going to help you 20% in the exam, it won't help. So what you have got to do is find out what is that 20% in the topic that is going to help me in the 80%, right? When you are learning organic chemistry, if I say 20%, 1% of it is just named reactions. Because named reactions are the reactions on which every question paper is there, be it JEE Main, be it VIT or be it BITSAT. Named reactions are the reactions you must always go through. Even if you have never gone through the organic chemistry, go through named reactions. You are going to do something about 80% of the questions for the organic chemistry, right? Anybody has any question what I'm telling about? Any confusion anywhere? Okay, fine. So next is a technique. Why I'm sharing these things, because you are at a stage where where you have to understand how to study with concepts, because concepts and speed is the master stroke for BITSAT. So you must know how to study with concepts, because everybody will say, go and study with concept, but how? Nobody tells. That I'm telling you. Okay. So the next one is applying the Feynman technique. When we apply the Feynman technique, there are some steps. You have to write some explanation, like the concept about Hoffman bromamide reaction, right? If you know what is that concept, how bromamide is formed from the compound, okay? So you are going to make a mind map for that. So first write an explanation of the concept, make it very simple. Don't use what is written in the book. You understand it and write in your simple way. Now, second, consider these aspects of the concept which has been troubling you. You must be thinking of how this Hofmann-bromamide reaction occurs, why this compound has been taken, why not other. These are the questions that must come in your mind. Just don't mug it up. Okay, this was taken, this was reacted, and this was the compound in the product. Okay. Third thing is to write down in a simpler way, make it substantive, highlight it. Whenever you are going to revise it, you have the ready highlighted material, just look to the highlighted thing. Next approach about how to study with concepts is ADAPT approach. ADAPT means we have 5 alphabets here, that is analogy. Analogy means illustrate every concept with comparison. How haloalkanes is reacting and how haloarenes is reacting. Okay. So when you are going to illustrate both with the examples, with the comparison, you will understand why the benzene ring compound is going to react differently and why the simple alkyl compound is reacting in a different way. Then you can draw diagrams. That is the D. So A is analogy, D is diagram. You have to draw the concept of the questions, the reactions, the formulas you are using for the exams. Next is E. That is example. You should provide a simple example. Haloalkane, something like chloroalkane. So you must be ready with your examples. Next is P, that is plain English. You always try to describe everything in your simple words, the regular words which you are having in your daily life. Okay, so if I ask like, what is that compound that is used in the fridge, the refrigerator as a refrigerant? What is that? Can anybody tell me? The compound that is used in refrigerator as a refrigerant, or you have forgotten the class 11th?
CFC.
Okay, this is the next question you will be finding out and writing on the teams. Okay, the refrigerant used in the refrigerator. Okay. Next step is about connecting the existing knowledge. Something you have learned in class 8. I just asked you about the periodic elements, and whole chemistry is lying in that periodic elements only. So whenever you learn something new, try to connect with the previous thing. Okay, try to correlate what you have learned in the earlier classes and what more extra you are learning now. And now when you have learned it, try to pause, take a pause, try to recall and reflect it. That means try to think in your brain. Sorry, try to think in your brain what you have learned, what you have understood, because you have to clarify your concepts to the 100% level. When you're going to attempt the exam, nothing should remain untouched. Every concept should be there in your brain because you have to clarify your exam. Next is to learn your way. Just like I asked Vachna and she said, okay, sometimes she memorizes something, sometimes she try to understand something. So you can find your own way. Something which is very visual to me, when you have some flashcards, some mind maps, that is going to help you more. You can go through that way. Or if you feel like, okay, I'm just going to write down everything, and writing of formulas, writing of the concepts is going to help me. So go through that way, but do something which is going to help you reach the goal. Just do not do that somebody else is doing and I must also do it. Okay, as I asked you about the number of hours studying for the exam, and I think Amit or Adeep, I just forgot, who said like, I'm going to learn 10 hours a day and I'm going to crack it. Because I already told you, like, you should have a rest for your brain, rest for your body, so that you are filled with energy during the exam. And don't try to do multitask, watching the Netflix movie and also studying at the same time, just thinking this movie I can't see another time, but I can study another time. And so I'm going to do it both the tasks same time. Don't watch television and do the study at the same time. Don't watch Netflix and do the study at the same time. Don't play video games and study at the same time. You block your time. Blocking the time means make a time, make a planner. Okay, at 5 p.m. every day, I'm going to play the video game. Nothing can stop me playing the video game. Yes, you can do it, but before that, complete your task for the day, complete what you have planned for study. During the day. Okay, and always try to have a balanced diet. If you keep on eating something which is unhealthy, eating the junk foods, your health is going to deteriorate. You will not be able to give proper time to study. You will not be able to remember anything. And at the last moment of the exam, opening the computer, just seeing the question, you're going to be failed. So have a balanced diet, have a proper sleep, and next is peer-to-peer learning. Like you are 11 students in that group, and any one of you are having a question, and if you feel shy about asking a question in the group, then I must say, please remove your shyness. Do keep asking questions, and others, be in a team. Try to solve that question. Don't just depend on the teachers to solve it. Why? Because if you are helping your friend, you are also going to gain something, and that gaining is the knowledge. Because might be possible you are also having some doubt in a question and the other one knows about it. So always try to help each other. Don't just wait for another one to think about, okay, he will solve, or another will solve. If you know, solve it, help them. And all of you are going to ask doubt. If I see doubts are not asked, that means nobody is learning. Because if you are not having doubts, no learning, and no learning means you are far behind from the goal of reaching the BITS planning, right? And the last and foremost thing about the concepts is practice, practice, and practice, and practice until you reach your goal. You can't just be skipping about practicing the question. Whatever the teachers are going to give you questions in the assignment during each day, whatever online chapter wise tests are being assigned to you, that has to be done. If you think I will not do today, I will do it tomorrow, you will fall behind. And I can't help a student who is going to fall behind, not attempting the homework, not attempting the online test, not learning the concepts, and just keep sitting that I can't do it. You only can do it. You have to do it and work consistently towards reaching the goal. Okay. Next is, how are you going to effectively manage your time during the preparation and during the exam time? First thing, and the foremost thing, is being focused about the goal. Like I asked you, how many of you want to qualify BITSAT? Everybody said yes, me. But are you really focused about it? If you are focused about it, you must not leave any stone unturned. Go through all the concepts, make a plan, make a routine for your every day, and try to be sticking on that. Make a strategy, okay? Like if you want to study 10 hours, don't do the 10 hours continuous learning. Give breaks, 1 hour in the morning, 2 hours in afternoon, 3 hours in the evening, maybe 3 hours in the night. And apart from the 4.5 hours of live lecture that is going to happen from tomorrow. Now, when you're learning, when you're during the preparation time, rank your stronger and weaker area. If you know I'm very stronger in math and still you are more focusing on math, you can't just skip chemistry and physics. You have to find out your weaker areas, work on them more during the practice time, and during the exam, you have to attempt your stronger subject area. No, don't try to go and attempt the weaker question first, because you will get nervous about it. When you're studying at your home, try to manage distractions. Try to be, in a calm and comfortable place where when you are learning, just 1 hour in a day, but learn it in a concentration, non-distracted way, and just try to understand what you are learning, what you are practicing, the question you are solving, what that question is asking. Okay. Even learning half of the question, you must be in a state to figure out what exactly formula to be used, what exactly the question is asking about, Okay, and this will come, I'm sure, when you are doing what teachers are telling, what I am telling, and you are not skipping, practicing the question and just thinking, okay, teachers are not giving the questions, so I will not do. You have your books also, right? So even though you have books, we are giving the questions, we are giving you time to do it. If you do not do in time, you are going to lose it. You block your time, that means keep this particular time for study, like morning 9 to 12 your study, afternoon 12 to 2 is your lunch time, again in the afternoon from 3 to 6 you can have your study. So when you fix it, block it, and nothing should stop you from utilizing that time for the plan you have in your mind. Okay, and always try to track yourself. Am I doing it right or not? Am I as per my plan or not? Like if I have a plan, okay, like if we plan 4 p.m. we have to connect today, and after 1 hour at 6 p.m. we have the mock test. That means we have to do it. We just can't skip this from this. So like that, plan yourself, plan your subjects, plan your day, and go and do it. Okay. Practice more on the weaker concepts. Try to get all the concepts needed for the exam. Practice time bound questions. Like even if you have an offline paper and the time, that I have to finish this question in 1 minute, that means I have to finish that question in 1 minute. Don't make it 10 minutes and think, okay, I have been giving, I think, 20 minutes for one question and I am not able to do it. I can't do it. No, I can't should not come. I have to do it, and I will do it. Nobody can stop me from doing it. Okay, so do it in a practice time bound way. And it should not happen that parent has to tell you that, okay, Vachna, you have just 1 minute to solve it. You have to solve in 1 minute. You have to tell yourself, tell your inner instinct that, okay, Vachna, I have to you have to do it in 1 minute. That means you have to do it. Okay, give some time of the day for yoga. Why? Because the calm in the mind comes when you have some at least 15 minutes of yoga doing in a day, and this is going to soothe your energy and going to give you more and more energy for exam. Now when you appear in the exam, just be confident, be stress free, and don't think anything negative that I am not prepared and I can't do it. You have to think in your mind, I am completely prepared and I am going to crack this exam and nobody else can do it. Nobody else can stop me doing it. I will definitely do it. Okay. When you are appearing the exam, you have to divide the time for each sections. You have 5 sections in the BitSat paper, that is physics, chemistry, math, English, and logical reasoning. So it is in this 1.5 months of preparation time, figure out which section you are going to solve for the first. It's not necessary that Aditya is going to do maths for the first. So Vachna will also think that I'm going to do maths for the first. It depends on your strength area. You work on that, divide your time accordingly, and always keep the last 30 minutes to go through every question once again. Might be some question you have done wrong, and that last 30 minutes, when you see it again, review the paper again, you make it right. Okay? So always keep an eye on the clock during your exam. Have a clock with you and see that 30 minutes are remaining for the paper. So you are going to complete the paper in the entire 2.5 hours. The 150 question is equal to 2.5 hours. Okay. Pinpoint the topic when you feel challenging. When you see a question, you feel, okay, I think I can't do it. Just mark it. And read the instructions carefully. Sometimes, you think, okay, this question is about SN1 reaction, and but you do actually SN2 reaction. Why? Because you did not read the question properly. So you always read the instructions. In the English paper, always there are some directions for the question number 120 to 125. These are the directions. Always go through the directions properly. At least 2 times you read the directions. Okay, and start the question paper with the topics in which you are stronger and leave the rest. And then after you have completed, with the confidence of doing the stronger part of yourself, then attempt the weaker ones. And if you are using some shortcuts, be strategic about it. You just don't try to do the guess thing. Okay, guessing is not a shortcut of doing an attempt in the question. Be confident about concepts, be very, very time bound, and use the shortcuts that are really relevant. Don't use irrelevant shortcuts. And as I said, use 30 minutes to extra time to check your answers and review the paper. And this will happen when you are really, ready with the accuracy and speed. Then you can be ready with. Just a second. Now just think about after having a preparation of 1.5 months, after being so confident about the concepts, after attempting the question, okay, and now you are at BITS Pilani. Think about it. Work hard always pays, and now you have to add the smart work to it. When you are mixing the smart work and the hard work, plan, start the action, and work consistently towards your goal, you all will definitely be at BITS Pilani. And I'm going to say my students have come out with flying colors and they have reached their goal and they're so happy about it. So thank you for everything, for listening me with so much of patience. And I think I did not bore to you. And I have to stop sharing my screen. Just a second. I guess the screen is not being shared now. No? Okay. Fine. Now I'm open to the questions. Even anybody felt bored about things, or has anybody left from here? I think Ishan or something. Anybody having any question? Okay, Fatima can't understand. Okay, let me go through the conversations now.
What will be your strategy to cover our course in 1 month?
Can you just repeat? What would be the
What,
strategy for?
yeah, ma'am, what will be your strategy to cover our course in 1 month? What we'll be doing in that 1 month course?
Okay, fine. See, every day you are going to have 4.5 hours of live lectures that consists of 1.5 hours maths, 1.5 hours chemistry, and 1.5 hours of physics, right? So the whole syllabus, whole planner is consisting the BITSAT syllabus consisting of class 11th and 12th both for all the 3 subjects. Apart from that, you have reasoning, which the maths teacher would be helping you out. Whenever you feel or get stuck up in any reasoning question, just come up with your question and he will help. So the entire course is going to complete in 1 month. And even if 1 month is over, as you all can see, Arihant, Ishan, and Anudeep, they are the first batch student, but they are still with us because you all are going to be with us till the exam date. So it's just not about getting the course over on 14th June. Live classes will stop, but we are there to help you out. Okay. Any question anybody having? I would be sharing the topic wise planner by today after this session, after the exam. Okay, ma'am, probable exam date. I think it got postponed to July and to August. That means I think maybe last week of July till the first week of August. But I guess it would get extended till September because last year also it happened that the exam held in the month of September. Fatima, actually, I couldn't guess anything about what was that glycerine and all. You can ask me again on the Teams group. I would be happy to answer there. Stravanan, Aditya, Pranav. Any question in your mind regarding the course or anything? Harth Bhavin is saying something. Just let me check. What will be the frequency of your test? Topic wise test is daily as per the topic held during the class, and the mock test is combined of offline and online. Online test is there with you where you can attempt weekly, and offline test is something like to be happening at 6 p.m. today. That again will happen when I plan to be with you all and again testing how much you are prepared. Okay. And Let me just scroll the conversations. Okay, electrophile, she has told me. Okay, fine. Okay, and don't worry about it. You know, if you are going to work consistently as per the teachers are telling, as per I am guiding you, you all are definitely going to crack BitSat. And so start, you know, that feeling in your mind that I'm going to crack it. Going to do it. If you feel negative, you will be doing negative things and you will not reach your goal. So start thinking about reaching BITS Pilani, and you will be there. Fine. So all of you be online by 6 p.m. again, and take a break now. And anytime, any query, I'm there on the group and on the WhatsApp also. You can ask me if you feel like. I would be sharing the online test credentials also by tomorrow morning, and the planner by tomorrow. Okay. And Fatima is asking again something. Just a second. Even second batch is not going to have the live classes, but all the mock tests, they will be with us. And Fatima, just get your audio cleared, because in the live class teacher will not be able to see so much of chat. He would be interacting with you live. Students, any question in your mind? Deep, if you want to enroll for the course, you can just let me know so that I can make you enroll to the course and you'll be able to attempt the mock test. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Fine then. See you guys. All the best. And the target is 300 plus for the exam. Even if you're not prepared, think about getting it. If you think, you will do it.
Yes.
Right? All the best to everybody. Have a nice preparation time. And anytime I'm there to help you. Okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. See you then at 6 p.m. again. Okay, bye.